Vortex, I know that I'm a broken record. I don't like this about myself. But I have to be what God created me to be. And I have to consistently pray that I grow in Him rather than whatever my interpretation is. Because my interpretation could be totally false. And I think that that's what makes me a lot more reliable than most of these people that you see, not just on the internet, because you know, one of our pastimes is to bitch about the internet. Not just people on the internet, but the internet itself, because it pretty much enables terrible people to be even more terrible than they're already naturally prone to be. Okay? But I think that if I insisted that I was right about all the stuff that I'm right about, I don't think I would be effective. I don't think that I'd be good at what I do. I think that what makes me a good comedian is that I can't make up my mind on anything. And so I'm always changing, you know? I don't have a choice in the matter. I'm not the same person I was 5 minutes ago, you know? I think that most people are not, well, I think that there's a little bit more nuance. But most people, it's easier to just simplify, you know, and be like, no, all people that are like this are this way, you know? Everyone that's gay is because they were molested, or it's because they didn't have a good male figure in their life. There's no other reason why they're gay than the reason that I'm giving them. Or the reason why all liberals act this way is because, you know, they hate their parents and they're just miserable and they want everybody else to be miserable too. Or the reason why all Republicans act this way is because all they care about is money and, you know, you see this right now with, like, you know, Muslims. They're trying to paint all Muslims in the category of being, you know, terrorists. They're not all terrorists. They're not, I don't think they're all terrorists, but they're all looking crazy. But I've heard this from people that live in those countries too. That's what they say about them. So they've indicated that those stereotypes are correct. So it's not just propaganda. But the whole purpose of this, the whole purpose of every single thing that they do, every political event, every worthless conversation that is had on the internet or on television, it's all for the purpose of dividing people and controlling them through that division. Because when they can control your mind, when they can control the way that you view the world around you, they really don't have to do much else. You'll act accordingly. You'll do whatever they want you to do. You'll say the things that you're supposed to say, and you won't say the things that you're not allowed to say. And then you'll look at anybody with disdain that challenges that status quo. You'll look at anybody with disdain that challenges what they've been told about everything. Okay? Now, I tend to repeat the same crap about, you know, technology and how it's destroying everything, and social media and how it's turning everybody into narcissists. And, you know, narcissism is enabled, blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry. I'm always going to be a little bit sorry for this. And the reason for that is because I wish that it didn't bother me at all. But if it didn't bother me at all, I feel like I'd be some sort of sociopath, you know, that didn't care about how people's lives were being negatively impacted. That's precisely the issue that I have with politicians and media and a lot of people that make these like really inflammatory statements on their Twitter page, or you know, they do these really like ugly ass TikToks, and they're just everything they complain about. And so I'm always asking myself, like, well, how am I like that? Am I doing ugly ass TikToks without realizing it? I mean, I know that I go on and on about like how flip phone life is better than non-flip phone life, but like, I realize that there's always another way that you can do the thing that you have an issue with. You know? There's always another way that you can convince yourself that, oh well, I'm not like them because I'm different. I'm different. I'm so authentic in my ugly ass TikToks, you know? So I do think that one thing that does make me different is the fact that I'm aware of that in myself, and I don't like it, and I want to change it. But I'm also aware of the fact that I'm a flawed human being, and that I still live in this shit world that's run by Satan. So if that's the case, then I'm gonna be pissed off, and I'm gonna be upset about a lot of things that happen in the world that are wrong. And I think that that's totally healthy. And so I feel like you know, the devil's just nagging me like a woman. It's like, well, no, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. Feel bad about yourself. You're just like everybody else. You're a piece of shit. You might as well get a smartphone. I wish you talked like this. But, you know, I think people are totally unaware of how they come across. They only seem to be aware of how other people come across that they don't like. And then occasionally they'll find somebody that they agree with, and they'll like ooh and ah over them. But it's like the only reason you like them is because they remind you of yourself. So it's really just like you taking pride in yourself once again. You know? So there are a lot of people out there that I disagree with on many things, but there are some things that I really, really agree with them on, and that's why I'm able to listen to them, even though I'm not however they identify as, you know? And that's such a gift to be able to do that. Like, to see somebody that you know is wrong, but you can still see that they have good intentions, so you can still see, well, you know, they're not purposely trying to be wrong. I don't think anybody is. Aside from the people that run everything, that know that they're, you know, causing a lot of strife and division and whatnot. But I really hate when people say things like, choose love. Don't choose hate, choose love, you know? But I understand why that's better. Because it's like, it really does like taint your worldview, and it just leaves a sour taste in your mouth, you know? Maybe I'm just speaking for me, but I just don't want to be a spiteful person, you know? I really don't. So I hope that whatever spite I bring forth, I hope that at least it's fucking funny.